The Saudi-sponsored LIV Golf Series has been at the forefront of many controversial news these last few weeks. From sports washing to terrorist attacks, it seems that there is a different story almost every day. The latest addition to that ever-growing list is the forced removal of Alan Shipnuck, a journalist, from the premises of the Centurion Club this Thursday. With much to talk about, let's not waste any time and get right into the latest golf-related news. First up, kicked out. LIV Golf, the Saudi-backed competitor to the PGA Tour, kicked off its first event on Thursday with a shotgun start at the Centurion Club just outside of London. While 48 players teed up on the course, the most eye-catching moment of the day came not from the golf, but from a post-round press conference with Phil Mickelson, where golf writer Alan Shipnuck said he was physically removed by security. Shipnuck, the author of the unauthorized Phil, the rip-roaring biography of golf's most colorful superstar, traveled to the United Kingdom for the event and followed Mickelson during his opening rounds. However, once the customary press talk began, he was not allowed to join the rest of the reporters. According to a tweet he posted on his Twitter account, Shipnuck was physically removed from Mickelson's presence by a couple of necklace security dudes who said that they were acting on orders from their boss, who they refused to name. The whole situation seemed shady to everyone who saw it. Could it be that Mickelson had had enough of Shipnuck, or did Norman want to make a point by having him removed? Trying to guess the reasons for his forced removal would practically be conjecture. However, golf fans seem to have an idea why it happened. So what was the reason? You golf fans may remember Shipnuck as the reporter who published Mickelson's controversial comments on the new LIV League, which nearly derailed the series before they even held an event. During a private conversation between the two, Mickelson called the Saudis scary mother effers and also commented on the human rights violations committed by the Saudi regime. Shipnuck decided to publish Mickelson's comments in February, while LIV Golf was preparing to announce the players and events for its inaugural season. This ended up forcing Mickelson to publicly apologize and temporarily disappear from the world of golf. But in the weeks and months that followed, LIV Golf went on, announcing a series of 8 events and eventually some of the players that would make up its inaugural field, including Mickelson. Not allowing a credentialed press member to attend a player's press conference is unheard of on other golf tours, but things got even stranger in the moments afterwards. Shipnuck sent text messages to LIV Golf's commissioner, Greg Norman, to point out the incident, and Norman replied that he hadn't heard about it. However, what he didn't realize at the time was that Norman had in fact seen the whole thing unfold. In a video that was later shared with Shipnuck, Norman can clearly be seen standing behind him as he was being escorted out by security. So far, LIV has yet to make a comment on the entire thing. This story just gets weirder and weirder the more we learn about it, but one thing is for sure, Norman definitely didn't want Shipnuck around to ask any questions during the press conference. While this was a truly bizarre case, it looks like it wasn't the only incident about a reporter being forcibly removed from the premises of a LIV conference. Just 2 days earlier, Associated Press reporter Rob Harris was cut off while answering a question and removed from the LIV Media Center, even being reprimanded by LIV officials for not being polite. However, according to ESPN, Harris was later allowed back into the media center after about 10 minutes. Looks like LIV and reporters just don't seem to get along. Next, a threat to the PGA. If there was any doubt about the bad blood brewing between the PGA Tour and the rival LIV Golf Invitational Series, the latest jab was delivered by the breakaway circuit on Wednesday. Just as PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan was unveiling increased purses, a revamped schedule, and dramatic changes to the FedEx Cup playoffs, LIV Golf sent a news release confirming that 4-time major champion Brooks Koepka had defected to the new circuit being financed by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund. Koepka, an 8-time winner on tour who has earned nearly $38 million during his career, is the latest PGA Tour member to be lured away by a signing bonus of more than $100 million. He joins other major winners Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, and Patrick Reed among the defectors. In a memo sent to players on Wednesday, the PGA Tour detailed about $54 million in purse increases for 8 existing tournaments, which will be funded by sponsor support and supplemented in the short term by the operating reserve. The Tour also planned to add 3 events in a global golf series that would feature purses worth as much as $25 million and fields consisting of the top 50 players from the previous season's FedEx Cup point standings. Those events might be added to the schedule in 2024. The Tour also adjusted the field sizes for the FedEx Cup playoffs, with the top 70 players qualifying for the first event at the FedEx FedEx St. Jude Championship, the top 50 at the BMW Championship, and the top 30 at the Tour Championship at East Lake in Atlanta. World #1 golfer Scottie Scheffler said he was impressed with the changes the PGA Tour has proposed, stating that it was more money than he had ever earned while playing golf. While these increases are nothing compared to the $100 million signing bonuses offered by the Saudi rival series, they are still a healthy change to the league which may help attract more players. Four-time major winner Rory McIlroy offered some of the harshest criticism yet of PGA Tour players who have defected to the rival LIV Golf Invitational Series, saying Wednesday that some are duplicitous for backing out of their commitments to the tour. McIlroy, speaking to reporters at a news conference ahead of this week's Travelers Championship in Cromwell, Connecticut, said he was bothered that some players, including Brooks Koepka, made an about-face after previously pledging loyalty to the tour. When McIlroy was asked whether he was referring to Koepka's comments from 2 years ago or a week ago, he simply replied, "The whole way through, in public and private, all of it." In an earlier press conference, McIlroy had also stated that he was disappointed that some PGA Tour players took the easy way out and joined the rival LIV Golf Invitational Series, and how six-time major champion Phil Mickelson helped create the new circuit. He also said that he understands why aging players were tempted by millions of dollars in signing bonuses from LIV Golf, but that he believes younger ones who left made a short-sighted decision by defecting. McIlroy seemed most disappointed that several players who had previously pledged their loyalty to the PGA Tour, including Dustin Johnson, Bryson DeChambeau, and Pat Perez, changed their minds. On Tuesday, Koepka became the latest PGA Tour player to join the LIV Golf circuit, which is being fronted by two-time Open Championship winner Greg Norman. He will compete in the first LIV Golf event in the United States next week in Portland, Oregon. Last week, Koepka, who was ranked 19th in the official World Golf ranking, criticized reporters for asking him questions about LIV Golf, saying it cast a black cloud over the U.S. Open. He stated that he was ready to play at the Open and that it sucked that they were ruining the experience for him. He also explained that the more reporters talked about LIV, the more publicity it gained off of it. Next, abandoning ship. Brooks Koepka was officially withdrawn from the Travelers Championship following news of the four-time major champion announcing that he was joining the LIV Golf Invitational Series. Koepka, 32, is one of the highest-profile players to join the breakaway circuit, which is being funded by Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund and is fronted by two-time Open winner Greg Norman. LIV Golf formally announced the addition on Wednesday. Koepka, who is ranked 19th in the official World Golf ranking, will compete in the first LIV Golf event in the United States at Pumpkin Ridge in Portland, Oregon, starting June 30th. LIV Golf has now signed 8 of the top 50 players in the world. Bryson DeChambeau, ranked 30th, and Patrick Reed, 38th, are expected to compete in the event in Portland as well. PGA Tour Commissioner Jay Monahan suspended 17 players, including two-time major winner Dustin Johnson and six-time major winner Phil Mickelson, for competing in LIV Golf's inaugural event outside London 2 weeks ago. Monahan said that tour players who competed in future LIV Golf tournaments without a conflicting event release would face similar punishment. Mark Hubbard would be taking Koepka's place in the field for the Travelers Championship in Cromwell, Connecticut. With players leaving left, right, and center, things don't seem to be going well for the PGA. So far, it seems that LIV have had the upper hand thanks to their deep pockets, but who knows what the future holds in store for the two rival circuits. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on the rivalry between the PGA and LIV Golf Series? Let us know in the comments below.